This is Chunk Yanille. I spent 1,000 hours completing every possible task in Yanille. Since then, I've spent another 1,000 exploring the world one chunk at a time, completing every task in an area before moving on to the next. The life of a one chunk man isn't easy. I've had to come up with unconventional solutions for unexpected challenges, and that's exactly what I need right now. I'm trapped in a death chunk, and I've got to find a way out. What you are seeing right now is the highlight of the last 20 to 30 hours of my life. 83 ranged. Most players would have no idea what the significance of level 83 ranged is, but for me, it is a huge upgrade. You see, at level 83 ranged, iron arrows gain a new max hit. They can now hit 11. Isn't that awesome? Now, if you're a normal human being, hopefully you're thinking, no. In what world is that an exciting upgrade? And well, welcome to the struggle that is my current existence. I've been working tirelessly on one of the most ridiculous grinds in all of RuneScape, trying to get a smoldering stone to drop from a hellhound. With average luck, I'm gonna have to kill 32,000 of these things, which is why I'm so excited that my iron arrows can now hit 11 instead of 10. I have next to zero ways to upgrade my efficiency on the way to this ridiculous goal, so every tiny improvement feels like it matters so much. And I say next to zero because there is an inkling of hope, but we'll come back to that in a sec. In case you need a reminder, I've been stuck in a death chunk for the past few months. When I unlocked Taverley and its massive dungeon, I got this huge list of tasks to complete, and I've been knocking them out one by one. I've upgraded my armor and weapons to mostly rune, and I unlocked shortcuts to make getting around faster, but the 100 hours it took me to do all of that is nothing compared to my two longest tasks, the Smoldering Stone and the Draconic Visage. Hunting for these rare drops, I'm gonna be completely at the mercy of RNG, and even with average luck, my terrible ranged gear and slow kill speed means this could take over 2,000 hours. But that leads me to the plan for this episode. The inkling of hope, the one chance I have to cut down this multi-month-long grind. This is Operation Get Good Gear. But it's not quite that simple. Let me spell out the issue for you. As a one chunk man, I've unlocked quite a lot so far, but I'm still lacking some of the most basic tools. I could craft black dragonhide armor or a magic shortbow, items that would cut down kill times by nearly half, but I'm lacking some super insignificant basic component for each. Unfortunately, that's just kind of what it means to be a one chunk man. And while I can't craft these items myself, there is still one path forward: clue scrolls. Specifically, hard clue scrolls. The loot table from these things is jam-packed with my dream gear, but actually completing a hard clue is gonna be one of the hardest things I've done on this account. If I really want these upgrades, it's gonna require a lot of luck and a ton of patience, and the first step is gonna be finding some clue scrolls with steps that I can actually complete in my chunks. My source for clues is gonna be these hellhounds, which I would be killing on the road to the Smoldering Stone anyway. They drop clues at a rate of 1 in 64, which means it'll take around an hour just to see a single one. Oh, there's one already? Let's check it out. Oh, wow, that's weird. The plugin isn't picking this one up. I don't recognize it, but it's clearly a cipher, not usually too hard. We'll just move a couple letters around here and... Wait, you really need to shave? What the...
Congratulations, you solved the clue.
Oh, good. I mean, what? Are you trying to say something with this?
With what?
The whole, you really need to shave thing. I mean, it's just random, right?
Oh, no. That's actually just for you. You've been down here for a while and you could really use a shape-up. Here, open this.
Oh, sweet, a hard clue casket. Wow, that was way faster than I was expecting. Wait, is this a razor?
Yep, it's the Handyman Compact Razor from Manscaped in the limited edition Rocket Man style.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, I guess. Just not what I was hoping for.
This thing is ideal for shaving on the go. Its unique dual blade system can handle up to 3 days of beard growth.
This is great and all, but can I get a real casket?
Plus, it comes equipped with skin-safe technology designed to help reduce nicks and cuts.
Okay, that actually does sound pretty useful.
And don't forget, it's waterproof, holds 60 minutes of charge time, and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Is that some sort of unique clue scroll mechanic?
Nope, but what it does mean is that when you go to manscaped.com using the link in the description, not only can you try out the products risk-free, but you also get 20% off plus free international shipping with code JOSHIG at checkout. Now, good luck with the clues.
Thanks, and shout out to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. Okay, back to Operation Get Good Gear. Completing a hard clue on this account would be genuinely game-changing. The gear on this loot table would not only be a massive time save for me now, but could truly open the door to the next big phase of this account's progression. But how am I gonna complete one? I'm not like a normal account that can just get a clue scroll and complete all the steps. I can only do certain steps that are within my chunks. I did the math and it looks like I can only complete 9 of the possible 182 steps, or in other words, I can only use 5% of all possible clue scrolls. And because it takes 4 to 6 steps to complete a hard clue, there's no way I'd be able to complete a clue normally without getting stuck somewhere along the way. Instead, I'm gonna be clue juggling to make sure I actually can complete one. I've done this method in past episodes, but this time is gonna be very different. Before, I mostly juggled clues for fun, but the stakes are much higher and the obstacles are far greater this time around. For those not familiar, the way clues work is if you have one clue with, say, 4 steps completed, that's the same as if you have 4 clue scrolls on the ground with 1 step completed. What this means in practice is that I can stockpile clue scrolls with steps I can actually complete by leaving them on the ground until I have enough to get a clue casket. And thanks to an update, clue scrolls left on the ground will stay there for an hour before despawning, and they stay on the ground when you log out. But this isn't just going to be as easy as not letting a clue sit on the ground for an hour. To even get one clue step I can complete is extremely unlikely, approximately a 1 in 1200 drop from Hellhounds. Last episode, I was lucky enough to find 2 doable clues, so that's where we're at to start this off. Alright, here we are, picking up from where we left off last episode. I've killed about 3,000 Hellhounds over the past 2 or so weeks, so we'll call this maybe day 10 of trying to get a hard clue casket. And if I'm going on right, I should be seeing another clue pretty soon. Oh, could it be? Name's in green? Please be something good. Nope. Dang it. That is not in my chunks. No way, dude. No way. Let's go. Another one. 3 hard clues on the ground. That's actually so good. We're 1 clue away from the minimum needed for a hard clue casket, and we're halfway to a guaranteed casket. Oh, that makes me so happy. Oh, let's go. It's at about day 13. We have around 3,600 Hellhounds killed. Things are moving along nicely. We're like basically right on track. While I keep grinding for clues, let's take a sec to talk about some fun clue math. Clues are my path to some game-changing upgrades, but how likely am I to actually get those items? There's a ton of randomness to clues, so I talked to one of my friends who's much smarter than me and better at math to get the actual probability of success here. First off, let's talk about the holy grail of all clue rewards, the magic shortbow. This thing is far and away the biggest upgrade I could get my hands on for a number of reasons that I'll touch on later. But how likely am I to see this one specific item from a clue? Well, first we need to understand how clue rewards work. First of all, the number of items you can get out of any given clue is variable. For a hard clue, you can get anywhere from 4 to 6 rewards for an average of 5 per casket. Then there are a number of tables you can roll. The standard equipment table is the most common. For every roll you get, it's basically a coin flip for whether you get this table or not, which is actually great for me. My biggest upgrades all come from this table, like the magic shortbow. With an average of 5 rolls and a drop rate of 1 in 27, there's about a 17% chance that I'll see a magic shortbow in any given casket. Not the worst odds, but pretty unlikely. However, there are some other rewards I'd be very happy to see. The black dragonhide body and chaps would be amazing upgrades. The odds of getting at least one of these 3 items brings the likelihood up to around 44%. But beyond the standard equipment table, there are tons of other unique rewards that would be helpful to me as well, though much more rare. Adding these to the calculation brings the odds to 51% to get a direct upgrade to my ranged gear. There's also some mega rares, but if we get any of these, well, that'll be exciting for a different reason. All in all, the fun clue math shows that there's over a 50% chance to get at least one item that helps me get through this chunk faster, and at this point, I'll take literally any upgrade. That said, I did want to make a little clue reward tier list. In the S tier, the best reward is absolutely a magic shortbow. This item alone could save me hundreds of hours of grinding. In the A tier, black dragonhide or any of the god dragonhide unique items would still be a major upgrade. In B tier, the red and blue trimmed dragonhide would still be a solid addition to my gear setup, though they just give less bonuses than the black D-hide and they're more rare. Outside of those items, nothing else adds to my ranged gear, but that doesn't mean they're useless. In C tier, a rune axe or pickaxe would be great to have for the future, a rune kite would be a shield upgrade, and any of the blessings would be nice for a tiny bit of prayer bonus. You may have noticed that I left off the magic longbow. Shockingly, it attacks so slowly that it's not even a damage upgrade for me, but it would be nice to have for its special attack, so it still makes it onto the list at the very bottom. And that's the complete tier list. Any clue that doesn't have at least one of these items is gonna be a major disappointment, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yes, let's go. This clue can be done in my area. Oh, that is so good. Look at that. Oh yes, shout out to Trinome Village for existing and having this clue step. Oh, that makes me so happy. 4 hard clues is the minimum required to actually complete a hard casket. That means that this stack right here could be my magic shortbow. That is so crazy to think. Of course, we're gonna go for the 6 clues to guarantee we get a casket, but oh, that is so good. Definitely need to restock on arrows, so it's time for me to leave this cave for the first time in like a week. I mean, I literally am a caveman. I spend all my time in here killing these hellhounds, and every time I leave, it always feels really weird because I have to leave my clue scrolls here. It doesn't really make sense to take them anywhere else. So I kind of feel like I'm always in a rush to get back to make sure they don't despawn. All right, let's go. We got 21,000 iron arrows. That should last me for quite a long time. One nice thing about restocking is that it gives me a chance to do a quick little farm run and check on my tree. And we've got a nice little milestone here, 70 farming. Still making progress on the way to our passive goal of 82 farming to grow a torstal. This tree patch has definitely helped quite a lot with that goal. On the other hand, one of the downsides of a restock is that I have to run back to the hellhounds, which wouldn't be too big of a deal, except for the fact that there's all these poison spiders down here. Every time I come back, I play the mini game of will I get poisoned this time? My only counterplay to that is the strange fruit that you see sitting in my inventory all the time. When I mouse over it, it says it restores 30 run energy, but it has a secondary effect too. These strange fruits, which basically only come from random events, also cure poison. So I basically always have one with me whenever I'm traveling in the dungeon. And another big moment, level 84 ranged, is another max hit for steel arrows. I'm actually such a nerd that I made this list of each different type of arrow and when they gain new max hits based on your range level. God, my life is so exciting. But this does mean that steel arrows are now more powerful, so I should head out of here and go pick some up from the range guild. I'm bringing the rest of my cash with me. If you remember last episode, we built up to a 1 mil cash stack, so we used about 1/3 of that to get the tasks done last episode. I guess now we're gonna see just how far this is gonna take us. Okay, man, it makes me feel so nervous to be away from my clue scrolls for so long. They're just sitting there in the Taverly dungeon. Got about 35 minutes to get back to him, but even that just makes me really uncomfortable. Anyway, did spend about 250k on arrows, and I realized after some very kind comments from last episode that I made a major mistake. My willow shortbow can actually fire arrows much more powerful than steel. They can fire mithril arrows. How did I not know that? Why did I not know that? That is so important. Look at this. Mithril arrow. Boom. I could have sworn that I went on the wiki and it said it could only do steel, but that didn't make sense to me in the first place. So I'm very happy that mithril is on the table because that is another pretty significant upgrade. Anyway, I am heading back to Taverly. Just can't be away from those clues for too long. And I gotta plant my tree. Don't forget to do your farm runs, everybody. I say as I have neglected it for the last literally like week and a half. Oh, they're safe. Thank the Lord. Because of the weird way that arrows work, I'm actually using my steel arrows for now because currently they are the same strength as mithril arrows, but that'll change pretty soon and mithril arrows will basically stay ahead of steel for the rest of the range levels. Oh yeah, being able to hit a 12 feels so good. I have felt these kills speed up so much since I started here. Even without clue scroll rewards, these range levels have done a ton for the speed of these kills. By the way, I was looking at my YouTube analytics the other day, and I was shocked to see that over 50% of you watching this aren't subscribed. I really thought it would be less than that. If even just 10% of you guys subscribed, we would instantly smash my dream of 100,000 subscribers. So if this is you and you want to support what I do, please consider subscribing. Thanks. Day 24, and we are a healthy boy with 85 hit points and 98 combat. Chunkman looking strong. Okay, maybe not that strong. I knew I would die at some point, just AFKing way too hard and not paying attention to the fact that I was standing in the wrong spot, but no big deal. All of our stuff is still here. All of our clues are still on the ground, so really nothing lost, except my pride. Anyway, since this is sort of a math-focused episode already, I thought I'd take a sec to expand on what I was saying a minute ago about the arrows and the max hit, so get ready for some fun ranged math. And trust me when I say this all connects to the whole clue scroll plan too. If you've been totally lost whenever I talk about max hits at a certain level, well, I don't blame you. The way RuneScape calculates damage is confusing enough, but it's also different between melee, ranged, and magic. Let me break it down and teach you a bit more about the science behind combat. And as a disclaimer, I'm only gonna go over the basics, so I may skip some of the finer details that only true gamers understand, and, well, we all know where I stand on that. First thing to know is that the game performs 2 checks whenever you attack. First is the accuracy roll, which decides if you hit or not. For ranged, this is influenced by your ranged level and your ranged attack bonus from gear like a bow or dragonhide armor. If you succeed the accuracy check, the game then rolls to see how much damage you do, randomly picking between 1 and your maximum possible damage, aka your max hit. This number is influenced by your ranged level and your ranged strength bonus, different than your ranged attack bonus. Generally, the only thing that contributes to your ranged strength is the type of ammunition you're using. The better the arrow, the higher the max hit. But max hits are sort of a weird system. They don't increase smoothly over time, but rather jump up at certain thresholds. That's why iron arrows can hit up to 11 specifically at level 83 ranged, or why steel and mithril arrows currently have the same max hit. Mithril is more powerful, but it hasn't yet jumped up into the next bracket. Now, I promised that this would tie into the clue scroll plan, so let me bring it all around. Remember how I said the magic shortbow is the holy grail of clue rewards? Well, it's not just because it has the best range attack bonus, which makes it more accurate, but it can also fire stronger arrows, adamant and rune, greatly increasing the max hit. It's truly the best of both worlds and the reason why I want this item so badly. Yes, 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 yes! Sorcerer's Tower hard clue, yes, let's go! 5 clues on the ground, oh my god, we're getting so close. Yes, I'm so happy right now. 1 more and we can get our first hard clue. I'm so excited. Seriously, this is gonna be such a big moment for me. Like, in my life, in my actual real life. Hey, and then right after, 85 range. Dude, members can now wield a twisted bow. You know, that would be kind of nice if I could wield a twisted bow. For real though, I have gotten so stuck on the idea of the max hits from the arrows that I haven't really been thinking about the fact that these are like actually some kind of high levels, like 85 range. That's like kind of a real level, isn't it? The account is getting powerful. One other fun thing about level 85 is that it is 1/4 of the way to level 99. I can definitely do what I just did 3 more times. And that was Hellhound kill number 5,500. And no sign of that 6th clue that I need. I really, really want to complete this clue. And there is actually a faster way to do it than with ranged, but there's quite a bit of setup needed, and it's something I've been pretty excited to do since the end of last episode, and I say right now is the time to give it a shot. Alright, I gave myself a fresh hour on the clues on the ground, and we are going to do something I have never done before in this game. If you're very smart, you might be thinking that I'm gonna switch to killing the Hellhounds with magic. Not too long ago, Jagex added elemental weaknesses to the game, and Hellhounds have a 50% weakness to water spells, making magic extremely effective for killing them. I get comments all the time telling me to go buy runes from the Wizards Guild, which would be great if it were possible. Unfortunately, those comments are just rubbing it in my face that I can't actually buy runes from the store in the Wizards Guild because of an old anti-botting mechanism. To access the store, I have to complete the Hand in the Sand quest, which I'm many chunks away from doing. So no, magic isn't the plan. Instead, I have something else in mind. Last episode, I picked up a rune longsword and some really solid defensive gear, so I actually want to try a melee approach to killing the Hellhounds. The only problem with this, and the reason I haven't tried it already, is that Hellhounds are a very particularly statted creature. They have relatively low defense for their level, but really high attack, which means that with no way to restore my prayer, I'm gonna be eating a ton of food while I'm down there. But that's actually kind of fine. It gives me a reason to use all of these thousands of pieces of food that I've either cooked up or caught during the fishing trawler grind. But before I just run down there are a couple of other ways I can improve this melee-only Hellhound attempt, and I'm really excited to show you one of them. This is an idea I've had cooking for quite a while. I'm gonna be buying a whole bunch of butterfly jars. That's right, we're gonna be catching some butterflies and doing something kind of unusual with them. One of the areas I have unlocked is the Feldip Hunter area, which has a nice convenient access point in Port Khazard, right next to a bank. And in this area, there are black warlocks. Very strange and particular type of butterfly. Come here, you. And as you can see when I mouse over this thing is a plus 17 strength boost. These things act just like a super strength potion, which is absolutely crazy that I can just catch them like over and over right here. But that's not even where it ends. I'm gonna grab a bunch of these and then show you what the next step is. One thing I unlocked when I rolled Taverly was this Herblore shop, and in here was a very important item that I didn't have access to before, which is a pestle and mortar. This is the key ingredient to what I'm about to do. I'm back here in the hunter area and I just caught a barbed tail kebbit and I got the raw meat. Now, I think this should work. Using the mortar and pestle, this with the black warlock. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, and now we have the black warlock mix. This doubles up the amount of doses held in each inventory slot, and since I need long trips down in the dungeon, this is gonna be a super useful item to have while I'm down there. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the default use option for this being called drink. I mean, it's literally like a raw rabbit dog thing and a butterfly just like squished into a jar. I don't know, something about that is a little unsettling. And there we go, look at that. Over 100 Black Warlock Mix 2. That's 200 doses of a super strength potion. Plus we've got a good handful of defense and super defense potions to back us up down in the cave. So let's gear up and try out some melee Hellhound kills. Do I look a little bit absurd? Yes, I do. But this is actually the best gear we have to take on the Hellhounds. Turns out this weird Castle Wars quiver that I picked up has better defensive stats than most basic capes in the game, which is actually kind of cool. I guess it is useful for something despite looking extremely weird. All right, here we are. Let's pot up. Drink Black Warlock Mix. Okay, there's no animation for that, I guess. That's weird. And let's get to work. Look at those boosted stats, baby. Throw in a little basic prayer, and let's do it. Holy crap. Max hit of 20. In this setup, that is so good, man. Oh, I love seeing that so much. It looks so good. This should potentially speed up kills by a good bit. Yeah, you probably should have expected that to happen. Ironically, it was literally on the last kill. I looked away, and yeah, death aside, I think that actually went really well. I know you're not gonna believe me, but I think it went really well. Kills were fast, the boosts kept up, it was great. Right up until the end, but just let's ignore that. Okay, this time we completed the trip without dying. This is a lot of fun. It's different, and I'm liking the speed that it's going at. I feel like I'm killing things a little bit faster, and it's also a little bit AFK, assuming I don't stop paying attention. Feels good to finally actually use some of these potions I've been stockpiling on my account for so long. Look at that, level 89 strength. Should I go for my first 90 in the combat stats? 500k XP? Oh man, that is gonna take so long. And once again, we are all out of food and supplies. These kills are faster, but with how often I need to reset, teleport out of here, get more food, this may be less efficient overall. I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep experimenting a little bit, but I really want this last clue scroll. I'm gonna take a look at the numbers and try to sort out whether or not this is worth it while I farm some more Hellhounds in the background. But in the meantime, I actually have a certified fun Yanille fact for you. If you've been paying attention, you know that I've been using a very obscure method of transportation to get around to some of my most important chunks. Taverly, for example, isn't actually connected on my chunk map. Instead, I get here via these portals at the top of the Wizards Guild in Yanille. Very few people know these exist, let alone use them for anything. They teleport you to these 3 other wizard towers around the game. Longtime viewers have heard me repeat this a number of times, so you might be thinking, where's the fun fact? This is old news. Well, the portals themselves have been in the game since RuneScape Classic. That's over 20 years of existence, and the whole time they've been quite a bit jank. For some reason, there's 2 portals on top of each other, and they block getting to the other one depending on the angle of your camera. It's truly some ancient spaghetti, which is a crazy sentence. But anyway, many months ago, I asked if they could fix this, and lo and behold, just last week they actually did it. Now, not only do they work better without any of the jank, but they even tell you where they go. If only I had this when I rolled the Sorcerer's Tower chunk. Shit!
No.
Anyway, just another day's work in my quest to get old broken things fixed in this game. Okay, checking back in on the melee hellhounds, and I have bad news. I think it's fair to call this a failed experiment. Honestly, I can feel my kills per hour slowing down, even though I am killing the hellhounds fast with all these sick potions and stuff. It's been so fun to get to use these. They've been in my bank for so long, and this is actually a good place to use them, but it just takes so much time to reset my inventory, to teleport from fishing trawler, run to Yanille, go through the portal, run from Dark Wizard's Tower into the dungeon, and then run all the way through the dungeon to get back here. And unfortunately, this just isn't it. I was really excited for this to feel like a big upgrade. Back to the ranged. At least we're starting it off with another good level. 86 ranged. Another super random seeming level that's actually super important for me. This is a max hit with my mithril arrows, which means it's finally time to switch over to the mithril arrows. Oh yes, look at that. 13 max hit. Every micro upgrade feels so good, and I think these mithril arrows will actually out DPS the melee setup I had before, so all's well that ends well, I suppose. There's a chance. Oh, it's so close. Oh, it's so close. Give me my last clue. Look. Oh, it's one chunk away. Yes, 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 yes. That is it. The 6th hard clue, Wizard's Tower. Yes. Oh, today is such a good day. Today is such a good day. Yes. Oh, I had a feeling. Oh, yes. I'm so happy. Okay, it is finally time. Let's go turn these in. Although I do have one little inkling of fear. It's about this clue. I have to talk to the spirit tree in the Tree Gnome Village, and I haven't completed that quest, and I'm a little bit nervous, just a little bit nervous, that he won't talk to me about this clue if I haven't completed the quest. So let's go see. I might not be as close as I think. I have my fingers crossed though. If it works, then we have the tedious process of moving all of these clues out of this dungeon and into the places where they need to be. So let's get to it. But step 1 is this clue. I'm finally free. I'm out of the dungeon. Oh, I gotta do some farm runs on the way to get these clues. I've been super lazy with the farming since grinding the hellhounds so hard lately, so this is a good little opportunity to breathe some fresh air. Okay, moment of truth for this clue. Talk to the spirit tree. No, it doesn't feel like talking. No. Oh, dude, no. That's so sad. Oh, it doesn't feel like talking. I have to complete the quest before I can talk to it. No. Can I use the clue on it or something like that? No. How about King Bullrun? No. So sad. Oh, I wanted that so bad. I guess this clue becomes a dead clue, and that means that there's just fewer steps in my area that I can do. God, that is so rough. Before we get back to it, I just want to point out how close to disaster this really was. This highlights one of the biggest pitfalls of juggling clues. Because the number of steps needed to complete a clue is random, the only way to guarantee your clues turn into a casket is to gather the maximum number that could possibly be needed. In the case of hard clues, that's 6. Any less than that, and it's a chance you get nothing and all of your clues are gone. That's because each one essentially gets used up as you turn them in, and you need to do them all in one shot. Yet another one of the quirks of juggling clues. Any progress you have on a clue is reset to 0 as soon as another clue scroll of that tier drops. That's why you can't just complete the clues as you get them. With all that in mind, I just narrowly escaped the catastrophic situation where I didn't realize I actually only had 5 steps, and I just started turning in the clues only to get to the last step and not actually be able to complete a casket, completely resetting my progress and having to start over from 0 clues. I am really glad I thought to check this before going down that path, but like I said a second ago, this is still pretty bad. With my total number of doable steps going from 9 to 8, my chance of finding a clue that I can use just got about 11% more rare. Well, it has been quite a while. Still no sign of that last clue scroll, but there is 87 ranged. Almost 4 million ranged XP. That's really sick to see. We're on our way to 99. I genuinely am excited to get to that. Even if it takes that long, I'm excited to have a 99 if we reach it. Oh yeah. I know it's just levels on levels at this point, but 99 combat. I guess that's technically my first level 99. Oh, I cannot wait for level 100 combat. That's gonna feel so good. Doesn't mean a lot, but I'm really looking forward to that. Hellhound kill number 6,666. Now we're in super hell. Really minor update, but I was recently introduced to a new way to track my clue scrolls that's actually really cool. See, this one just dropped off Hellhound, and if I mouse over it, it actually tells me what clue it is before I even pick it up, which is super cool. This is a plugin called Clue Details, and it shows you exactly what the clues are on the ground, which is really nice. It means I don't have to have that ugly text anymore. Here's my stack of doable clues, and as you can see, each one actually knows which clue it is. Super awesome, and whenever I get a new clue that drops, it automatically will show me, once I mouse over it, that green text, and I will know that I can do the clue. You can set up your own list of which clues are highlighted and which ones aren't. It's super customizable and really cool for anybody doing something weird like what I'm doing. Also, I must be literally crazy because I've never actually noticed the little wooden poles in these hard clues. I think easy and beginner clues don't have those little, I don't know, scroll rods or whatever you want to call those, but I just noticed that for the first time. I'm actually losing my mind. It is day 34 and there is 88 ranged. Man, this has taken ages and I am almost out of mithril arrows down to my last kill or so. No sign of that last clue scroll, man. I was so close, but I guess I need to go restock or something. I don't know. I think I just need to leave this cave because it's really it's bringing me down. I was so close. I'm literally just standing here at my bank trying to figure out what to do next. My cash stack is looking dangerously low. I've pretty much spent all of the 1 mil I made last episode on arrows, which means the next thing I should do is probably make some more money. Something I probably should have done a long time ago was to turn all of these rune items I got from past grinds into money. Now, I usually hesitate to use up my fire runes on the high level alchemy spell, which converts items into money at a higher rate than selling to the general store. I have just such a limited stock of fire runes. Hopefully it's worth it. Let's see how much money these rune items turn into. There's something poetic about that. 420k. Honestly, that's more than I was expecting, so that's actually a really good start on rebuilding the cash stack. I've also obviously pulled out a whole bunch of other random items from my bank that I do want to sell, and I guess I'm gonna grab out all my other stuff, all these barbed bolts that I made last episode to try to build up the cash stack, and all of my many unstrung bows. Me selling all these items is gonna look like the weirdest bot farm in existence, but that's what it looks like. Whole bunch of random weird chunk man items sold to this store. Gonna hop through a whole bunch of worlds and keep on selling. Couple hours later, all the junk is gone and we are back to a 1 mil cash stack. Kinda running low on some of these supplies, as you can tell. The bulk of my money, at least the fast money, comes from these barbed bolts, and I would love to sell these 750,000 willow longbows, but it's just so slow to sell them world by world. Sometimes I'm tempted to just spam sell them for the lowest price, but it just doesn't seem worth it. I just don't have a better way to make money, but it's so tedious. Anyway, enough complaining. We've got a clue scroll to get, so let's take this 1 mil cash stack and turn it into some more mithril arrows. I'm just gonna focus on the mithrils because I've got my fingers crossed that we're gonna get a bow upgrade in the near future and we can get even better arrows than mithril. Okay, I think I just went through all the worlds because there's depleted stock in every world I've just hopped to, so I guess we're going back with 7,050 arrows, baby. I'm believing in the heart of the cards. We will get this next clue scroll, and we will get a bow upgrade in 7,050 arrows. I believe. This is not cope. This is something else. And we're back. Fresh off 88 ranged. Let's get this last clue scroll. Come on, baby. Give me the clue scroll right now. Okay, no. Oh my god. What? I didn't even see it on the ground. Is this my 6th clue? No way. No. Yes. That's it. That's all 6. I was just looting like normal. Oh, we finally have it. Oh my god, yes. Yes. Oh, I was literally just about to record a clip. The next clip, I'm super close to level 89 ranged. I was gonna be so sad to go a whole another range level without one doable clue, but there it is. 6 clues. Yes, finally. And there we go, 89 range. Just gotta finish the level off for good luck, and then we can finally open our clue casket. Oh, dude, I'm so excited. Let's go send these clues where they need to go. Let's start with the one in Yanille. Start with where it all began, of course. Back into the agility dungeon where I've spent so many hours, and we're gonna do something that I haven't done in quite a little bit. To get down to where we need to search for this clue, we gotta pray at this chaos altar, and that automatically drops us down here into the basement. Hopefully we can get out of here without getting poisoned. Let's find out. Got another clue, and that is not gonna be one that we can do, but that is no problem at all. We don't need any of the clues that we get out of this to be doable. We've got another clue here to go check out the wizard's tower, and if you look here, I have completed one step on this hard clue scroll. So that is how this clue juggling process works. Each of my different clues come together to become one big clue treasure trail. So when I take this to the wizard's tower, it's gonna say I've completed 2 steps on it. Here we go, 2 steps completed. Next up, the Sorcerer's Tower. Finally, I actually have a reason to use this place. I haven't come up here in quite a long time. Now let's search this bookcase. There we go. Back to back. Looks like not, but that is, again, no problem. I just got pinged in the clan chat in the middle of this, and I think there's something good about to happen. Yes, finally, dude, the purple gem. Oh, I've been so excited. Do you know what this means? Yanille is officially 2 years old. 2 full years since I made this account and joined the clan chat day 1. If you don't know, these little gems indicate how long the people have been in this clan chat, and purple is one of the highest ranking gems, so that makes me really happy to see. It's also somewhat appropriate because hard clues kind of have a purple thing to them, so I don't know, purple is the thing at the moment. My whole inventory's purple too, what the heck? Wow, that's super weird. All right, we're bringing it all the way back. The very first clue that I got over a month ago, last episode, wanted me to dig right here outside the Legends Guild, somewhere I have not been back to in quite a long time. I don't really have much to do over here, but what I will say is that this clue is very special because this will be the 4th clue step I've completed, which means I actually have a chance here, a 1 in 3 chance that this is the casket. Of course, we get the casket either way, but this basically refunds me 2 clues, which would be so good. So please, 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 please. Dig. Casket. Oh, no. Too bad. All right, second to last clue, Ranging Guild. Man, it's so fun to go to all these locations that I've been and have some association with, and now they are giving me clue scrolls. We've got 4 steps completed already, which means that there's now basically a 50-50 chance that searching this haystack will get me a clue casket. Please, man, please, let me just see it. Let me just see that casket. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, that is so good. Oh, yes. We only needed 5 clues after all, but having that security that I knew I was actually gonna get a casket made all the difference. Look at me, man. 1 clue casket, 1 clue scroll, get to keep it. That's perfect. It's like a little refund. Before we look inside, quick reminder of the clue scroll tier list. We're mostly looking for a magic short bow, but I would be happy with some dragonhide armor. Any clue that doesn't have even one of those items is pretty much considered a miss, but I'll be happy to just have opened this thing. Seriously, to be real for a minute, getting this clue done is a major weight off my shoulders. This grind is so long and tedious, it's actually taking a real toll on my life. I had to skip a family vacation to make sure I had enough time to commit to work. And it being so RNG focused has been a serious challenge. It was a full week between my last 2 clues, and I was getting worried I wouldn't be able to finish this casket in time to get this video out. The stress was seriously getting to me to the point where I got sick and totally lost my voice. You might be able to tell it's still a little bit rough. All of that is to say that whatever's in this casket, tier list item or not, I'm happy that I accomplished something this episode. This death chunk really is as bad as it seems, so I have to take my wins where I can get them. I appreciate all of you sticking with me through this journey. It's all of your support that makes it worth it at the end of the day. Now, we pray for good RNG and crack this bad boy open. I'm gonna play you my live reaction where I was still sick and had absolutely no voice the day I recorded it, so please bear with me. Here we go. First hard casket on the account. 3, 2, 1. You know what? We take that. It's a minor upgrade, but it is an upgrade. Oh, thank the Lord. There's something in there. Look at that. Look at that guy. Wow. Okay. I'm glad that it's open, but you know, this is like the most minimal possible upgrade that could have come out of this. Honestly, I'm also happy to just not be juggling clues anymore. I have one clue left, so I can like do something else. And we got 40K. We take those. Take those. After all that time and effort, we walk away with a B tier piece of loot. Not quite as impactful as I'd hoped, but I did the math and this item is a 5% increase in kill speed right now. That means 5% less time spent on the way to the smoldering stone and 5% less time on the way to the next clue casket. It may be a small step, but at least it is a step. I think this might be the first episode in Yanille history to have 0 chunk tasks completed. Progress is gonna be slow from here on out, but it won't stop. Aside from the blue dragonhide body, we nearly doubled our ranged XP and made some big strides towards the first 99 on this account. I'm gonna need all the support I can get to finish this insane chunk, so if you wanna help me out, hit that subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, drop me a comment. But the grind never stops, so until next time, bye-bye.